Hi, Malaysia. Happy Chinese New Year, Gong Xi Fa Shai, as they say. I think that's the way they do it. To all my friends, all my Chinese friends, because I have tons of them in Malaysia, my extended family, as I call them. A very happy, healthy, prosperous New Year to you and to me, because as per my friends and folks here, I'm already half Chinese because everyone that I do work with and I kind of have a social and a social life with are all Chinese too. So what I did today morning, though it has been raining since yesterday. So my Grab driver today said, "Ma'am, it's never happened ever. This is the first time it's kind of really raining." And so I told him, I said, it is a blessing. It means that, the year of the rabbit will go off very well. So this is all showers of blessings. So let us just be happy with it. I had a beautiful morning. I woke up. I played all my lovely, music that I kind of wake up to. I did my home cleansing with, candles and stuff like that. And I stepped out for a long lunch with a girlfriend. And we sat down, had this huge banana leaf at Maya Mess at Brickfields. You must go try that. And from there, I kind of walked in the rain. I went to NU Central, treated myself to a few like trinkets and a dress, and had my tea, and then came right back because I have to meet Atul Khatri's deadline today, who's my guest, and all my friends who are attending, coming for the show on the 27th of January, and all excited as well. So, welcome to this first edition 2023 of Heart to Heart. I hope and I pray that this year is fantastic for all of us. But for me, my year has started out with a big bang. Lots of things happening for 2023. So let's just get on with the show. A big shout out to the Mac Clinic, my team, my compadres, as I call them, in this entire Heart to Heart journeys ever since I launched it in 2021. The team, Dr. Hugh and his team have New Year wishes to share with us. So I'm just going to do that very quickly and have Atul Khatri, my guest for today, on my heart seat with me live from Mumbai.
Let's hop into the year of the rabbit with increased energy and vigor.
May blessings and good fortune flow in your direction.
Wherever you go, may prosperity and good fortune follow you.
As we transition swiftly into the new year, may we have the courage to embrace the positive changes in our lives. Happy Chinese New Year! 新年快乐，万事如意。
All right, and let me bring Atul Khatri online. Atul, hi!
I wish you a very, very happy Chinese New Year since you're half Chinese. Happy Chinese New Year to you.
I know. I tell you, ever since I stepped into Malaysia, I've been anything and everything, as I want to be. And it is such a blessing to have a life, I'm sure, Atul, you will resonate with me. Just to kind of, reinvent yourself, reset, rejuvenate, and kind of develop like a whole different persona and identity. And I love that because I think that is what life should be, right? You just live in the moment, go with the flow.
And just blend with wherever you're living with, follow the culture there, love to eat the food there. I think that's so important.
Yeah. So I keep saying, in my community and my friend circle, they know that wherever Ethel lays her hat, that's her home.
Lovely. So good.
So great. So Malaysia is really looking out and looking forward to meet you. Like I mentioned in my introduction, I was doing lunch with my friends who are from India, and they're all set. They've booked their tickets and they're all waiting to see you live, Atul. So welcome.
Even I'm looking forward because this is my first ever performance in Kuala Lumpur, my first public performance in Kuala Lumpur. So I'm really, really looking forward. I've been doing comedy for like last 11 years. Started doing comedy 11 years back, and first performance ever in Kuala Lumpur. I would also tell myself, shame on me for never going to Kuala Lumpur before, but never too late. So here I am.
Never too late. Yes. So let's just get straight into the heart-to-heart conversation. So the platform and the format that I created, in 2021 was to kind of bring across different kinds of leaders, and it doesn't have to kind of really be, in the very, what do you call it, conventional corporate structure. It can be anyone who makes a difference, who inspires, who influences. And I'm so glad, and that's therefore welcome, to my heart seat, as I call it, when I
Thank you
host
so much,
this.
Atul. Thank you so much for having me.
So what's a CEO, a former CEO, doing as a comedian? Everybody wants to know this.
So basically, it started off in 2000 as a New Year resolution on 1st Jan 2012. I resolved that I will do something different with my life. I was like in a corporate life for 25 years.
Yes.
I was in an IT field like most Indians are in an IT field.
Hmm.
So and I'm a computer engineer. So I was
Oh,
getting burnt out in my job, and honestly, my wife sort of egged me that you should have more to your life than just work, work, work.
yes.
So it was a New Year resolution 1st Jan 2012. I decided I want to do something different with my life. So I signed up for a comedy open mic night. It was on 3rd of Feb 2012. I prepared something, went over there, went on stage for the first time. I remember the first time on stage, my hands were trembling, my feet were shaking. I felt there was no feet underneath me. But
Yeah.
still, I held over there and I did very well. And I met other comedians and they say, hey, you're very funny, you're very original. Please
Right.
don't leave it. Because a lot of people just do one open mic and then they just leave it. But
Yes.
fortunately, I then continued from there, started doing more open mics. And luckily, stand-up comedy is a scene which is very much in the late evening, 7:38. So it got me time to do my job in the morning and then go for these open mics and or comedy shows in the evening. So
Yes.
started with that. So started on, you can say, 3rd Feb 2012. And by that same year, September, October, I had a solid 30 minutes of content. And some of the comedy clubs in India were booking me. I was getting some private shows. I did this thing from 2012 to 2016. I did both. And in 2016, I took the final plunge and left my corporate job and got full time into stand up comedy.
Yeah. Sink
So
or
that's
swim.
really been my journey.
It's the sink or swim phase, as we call it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. Do you always kind of go prepared, or do you kind of do extempore, depending on the mood and the people and things that way?
So mostly, whatever stand-up comedy you have seen, whoever is your favorite comedian, could be Russell Peters, could be,
Yeah. Yeah.
George Carlin, could be anybody. Most of comedy is always written. It's a written
Yes.
set. So we write our material, we go and practice it, because some
Yes.
jokes may work, some jokes may not work. They may sound funny to me, but may not
Mhm.
find funny to you.
Correct.
Uh, so most part of stand-up comedy is it's a written art form. It's a performance. But
Yes.
obviously, when we are on stage, we're interacting with people. That's all impromptu. So both impromptu as well as prepared set. So, yeah.
Okay, because some of my friends, I think the shy ones, when I was telling them, why don't you all book tickets in front? They said, no, 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 no. What
No,
if he
no, no.
picks on us? What if he picks on us? I said, that is the idea, right?
Exactly. It's all fun. Please come and sit on the front row, and we'll have a lot of fun. And it's just I'm coming to Malaysia for Kuala Lumpur for the first time. I would like to know people sitting in the front row. What are they doing? What's their
Yeah.
life? It's for that 1.5 hour. We just want to get into each other's lives, and at the end of it, forget all of it. So just
Yes,
don't.
absolutely.
All the jokes lie in the comedy club. You go back home. Don't worry.
So, Atul, would you say that ever since you kind of did this entire flip, into your whole life, have you, I'm sure, and I'm dying to know that, experienced a new way of living, some new kind of shedding skin, as you call it. Have you, I mean, I'm sure you felt that.
Absolutely. I tell 25 years I was running an IT company. As I call it, you are living in a different orbit. You
Yes,
have your clients, you have your suppliers, you have, your entire, it's a very different ecosystem of uh, that particular industry. Then from there,
yes,
you jump into another industry. So it's basically you leave that planet and get into another planet, forget everything, as you said, shed your skin, and now go to this line where you're dealing with very different kind of people. You're dealing with different comedians. You're dealing with different, event companies. There, the
yes,
ecosystem is totally different. And I was lucky that in my one lifetime I could get to experience two ecosystems like this, totally two different
yeah,
ecosystems, because it's sometimes very difficult. People get stuck up in one job, and that's their job. If it is not that I was not enjoying my computer job, I was really enjoying it, but honestly, I'm enjoying this much better because on a Sunday evening, I'm getting to speak to Ethel from Kuala Lumpur, which I would have otherwise not been able to do with my computer job.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, actually, because I think all of us have gone through the corporate grind. For me, it was almost 30 years, and I was like, okay,
Wow.
we've done enough of that. But we are what we call chameleons. At least I am.
Okay.
Yeah, you must develop multi personalities, and I think that's the media job kind of allows that kind of role play and persona play, which I kind of nicely adapted to myself. And I've had these different avatars that pop up when I want to, depending on which situation or circumstance that I'm in. Do you also kind of feel that when you are on stage, like something else or somebody else presents itself?
You're actually right. Actually, I agree with the chameleon thing because that's why my wife calls me every time. She's angry at me that you're sly as a chameleon, but I didn't take it in that way. But
Yeah,
yeah, when you get
yeah.
on stage, it's a
I know.
different
That's
avatar. It's a different
fine.
avatar altogether when you're on stage. You know, and also remember when you're on stage, sometimes you do forget a lot of things which are happening off stage. You know,
Yes,
you could
yes.
have just you could have had a very bad day in your real life. You could have there could be a death in a family, and yet you have a show in the evening. You have to go and perform in the evening. On that time when the lights come out, when the sound comes on, you have to forget everything, get onto the stage, do your job, and get back to it. That's why there are a lot of people who after the comedy show, when they meet the comedian, they expect the comedian to be very funny and like a clown all the time, but it's not that.
Yeah.
Most comedians are very, very serious people.
Very serious
So
people. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
they
Of
don't
course.
laugh otherwise. Yeah. So
Yeah.
people
Correct.
feel that it's a very different life. It's like a Dr. Heckle and Hyde.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll
Yeah.
and Hyde, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. That's right. Because I'm quite a fan of Kevin Hart.
Of
uh,
course.
I love his stuff. Sometimes I feel that he just gets onto the stage and he just takes off from there. With maybe probably
Correct,
just a,
correct, correct.
a theme in his head and things that way. So when you sit to write your content,
Yeah.
what is the one principle that you kind of work around with?
So my writing process is slightly different. I first create those thoughts in my head. So my
Okay.
my process is I usually love to go for a walk. So
Huh.
I live in Mumbai, which has a beach.
Yes.
So I go on the beach. I go alone. I don't take my headphones. I'm alone, and I walk for close to like around 2 hours. And in that process, I'm
Ah.
in just processing the thoughts in my head, expanding the thoughts, trying to get into that. So if you sometimes I get a lot of friends who say, we saw you on the beach, we said hi and you didn't say hi back. I said, no, please, I was in my zone, so don't
Yeah.
I was plugged into the matrix, as they say. So
Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't know what you were saying. I didn't see you also. So
Yeah.
then your process is you create those thoughts in my head. Then at one time I sit on the laptop and I write those thoughts, put in more jokes. And the best way to sort of try your jokes is always to get on stage, because
Okay.
as I said earlier, it may sound very funny to me, but may not find funny to the audience.
Yes.
And then you go and jokes don't work. You come back on the writing board again, rewrite them, again go and try it, and you do this process time and end. By the time you crack the joke.
Yeah. Correct.
And most comedians, if they get 5-10 minutes of brand new good material every month, you're sorted. It's so
Yeah. Right.
difficult to write new content nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is so important. I mean, even as a journalist, myself, is to keep your eyes, your ears, and your nose, as you call it,
Yeah, absolutely.
completely, on the pulse of what is happening around, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, because you could just pick up things from anywhere and stuff like that. So, without giving, anything away, what is your content usually about? Is it about people? Is it about romance? Is it about what? What?
So it's to a large extent, it's a lot of observational humor. It's about things which I experience. I'm 55 now, so I talk a lot of stories about my life,
Okay.
about my family, which includes my dog. Uh, uh, and the best part of comedy is this. When you are in Kuala Lumpur, Ethel, you have never met me before, but you'll be watching me for the first time.
Yes.
And when you relate to the joke and you say, "Hey, this happens exactly to me also," you
Yep.
know
Yeah.
even if I can get 5 minutes of that, I'm sorted, because it shows that you are in Kuala Lumpur, I'm in Mumbai, but we had the same two experiences at some stage. It could be in an airline, it could be in a restaurant, it could be
Yes.
about somewhere else, it could be with your family, and you would still relate to it, and that's what the connection happens. That's when the connection happens. So,
Yeah.
and I do a lot of story about me. So most comedians do a lot of self-deprecating humor where they talk
Yes,
about
yes.
themselves, make fun of
Yes.
themselves, because once you make fun of yourself and then you make fun of the audience, they don't feel bad, because he's already made fun of himself, he's already stripped himself, there's nothing left. So I think that's important. Yeah,
Yeah, it's also, I think, a great way of breaking ice and getting everyone involved, right? Bring
correct.
them to you, sort of, to kind of say, yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. So of all the countries that you've traveled, because you've been traveling extensively ever since this entire flip avatar of yours has happened, which shows stand out and why?
So first of all, shows back home always stand out. I'm from Bombay, Mumbai. That's my crowd. That's my hometown. I'm most
Yeah,
comfortable here. So that's always, for every comedian, his hometown is always the best.
correct.
But saying that, like today I'm in Bangalore, which is another city in India. Today I'm in Bangalore. I have a show now in next one and a half hour. Bangalore is again a great place for comedy.
Yes.
But having said that, I was in Singapore 3 months back. I had a great show there. We had close to 600 people, and I had a great time. Then I have in the region. I also went to Manila, and fortunately, my material is mainly in English, so a lot of non-Indians also relate to it and they enjoy the humor. I performed in Australia. Australia is a great place for comedy because in Australia they really respect the art form of stand-up comedy. Like
Okay.
Australia has this tradition. They have this Melbourne International Comedy Festival, which happens every year, and thousands of people go and watch. And there's comedy happening from right in the morning to midnight, and all
Yeah.
shows are packed. So Australia is a nation which loves comedy a lot. You know,
Yeah,
I
because
performed in America in comedy clubs there. There also they come and they everybody enjoys comedy. It's
yes, yes,
they
yes.
don't they're not necessarily they come out for the comedian, but they come out for the art of comedy, and that's very important.
Yeah, because the US is hugely into stand-up comic,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So the
women
places
included.
like the US, people in
Women,
the US, in UK, they've had comedy for 80 years, 100 years,
yes, yes,
right
yeah,
from their
correct,
school, from their college days. So they have open
correct.
mics happening in their schools over there. So they're exposed to the art of the comedy.
Yes, yeah,
You're a journalist. You know that they have this White House Correspondents' Dinner, where
correct.
every year comedians come and sort of roast the president of the country in front of
I
the
was just
entire
going to say
nation.
that. I was just going to
Exactly,
say
and they
that.
enjoy it, and they enjoy it. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
and that roast, Atul, is like heavy duty.
Brutal, brutal. That's the right word, brutal.
Yeah, completely brutal. Yeah. So what I want to know from you, because because I'm sure, as I'm sure, my audience listening to, and then who will also watch, the video later on. Everyone goes through this, seesaw of finding out their true calling. So a lot of people do a lot of things in their lifetime, hoping that something kind of strikes and clicks, for them. Tell us three tricks how to find your true calling. If you have anything out of your hat that you can tell us, three tricks.
See, first of all, as a young person, if you're young, if you're in
Yes.
your early 20s, I will tell don't immediately get into one slot. Try many things.
Yeah.
Try working in a restaurant. Try something which is something which is where you meet your audiences or your clients. Keep on changing. As a young person, you should try a lot of things before finally deciding on what really you like.
Yes.
But three tips I would say is, first of all, everybody is an instinct, a gut instinct. You know what you love.
Yes.
So if you love music, like if I would have not become a comedian, I would have become either a DJ or a bartender.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
as I used to love music, I used to love mixing music tracks. Uh, when the computer just came in, so I'm old, so
Yes.
I've seen the computer evolve. I've seen the
Yeah. Yeah.
computer come in.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah. Plus, I used to love mixing drinks. So in any parties and all, I was all the guy who I used to read books on how to mix cocktails. Maybe
Okay.
probably if you I was maybe inspired by the Tom Cruise movie Cocktail, if you remember.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. There's some inspirations which come here and there. And so keep on trying a lot of things, and then finally you will find your calling. And I genuinely feel that once you enjoy what you're doing,
Correct.
once I used to always tell my employees when I had a computer job that every morning when you wake up, if you have a job, you should wake up and say, yes, going for my job. If you ever feel that, oh no, I have to go for my job, I said, leave your job. It
Yeah,
could be whatever reason. It's your job is too far away, you don't like your boss, you don't like your salary.
correct.
Don't do something which you don't love, because then automatically it will reflect in your work.
Yes, absolutely correct. Yeah.
So I
And I
think
think,
it's very,
yeah,
very
sorry.
important to just follow, and you know it as a human being, as an intelligent human being, you know what you like, what you don't like.
Yes. Yeah, you're right,
And
Atul.
one last advice is, don't think about the world. What will people say? Just put your horse blinders and just keep on doing what you got day in and day out. When I started doing comedy, people used to ask me, oh, you're a CEO, you're getting into comedy, how many days will you do it for, how many weeks will you do it for, when will you get back into your job? And I should
Yeah.
tell people, no, this is it. I want to, are you mad? You're leaving a high paying job and getting into a freelancing job. I said, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying it. 25 years I did that. Now I've got the opportunity, I want to do it.
Correct. Yeah, and I think also this entire thing, if not now, then when? Correct. A lot
Exactly.
of people, yeah, a lot of people are very afraid, Atul, and I'm saying this because as a single woman, I've been traveling my whole life solo. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you should settle down." And I said, What does settle down mean? I don't know what settle
As
down
sorry
means."
to interrupt. As a friend to once a comedian friend said, we don't settle. What settles down is dust. We don't settle
Yeah,
down.
absolutely yes. And they kept on kind of like almost kind of trying to make me feel guilty for choosing the life that I have. And
I
I
think they
said,
were jealous. They were
yeah,
jealous.
they're very jealous. Absolutely, yes. And I would tell them, dude, I do not want to be in stuck places as you are. Getting old with regrets in your life, and here I
Exactly.
am, all over the place, three suitcases, just pick up, pack up, move, that kind of thing. I love that.
Lovely,
Yeah,
lovely, lovely.
yeah. I know what you're saying, and I'm
And the
glad
kind
that
of experience you would have got over the years, visiting so many countries, meeting
it's
different
amazing.
people, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's
One
very
last advice I would love to give young people from taking a cue from your life is, please travel the world.
yeah.
Please save, travel the world, go for a backpacking trip in Southeast Asia, go to the US if you can afford it, save money, do it. The kind of experiences which life teaches you just by traveling is great.
Yes, yes, absolutely, yes. And your whole persona, perception, everything kind of just changes because I
Exactly.
believe the trick is wherever that you go, assimilate, assimilate, assimilate.
Exactly.
And then things from there kind of just bloom. Like I keep saying, I'm half Chinese already in Malaysia. I also want to know from you, since it's such a beautiful conversation, and I'm sure my audience will just love this because I think it's so imperative, especially as the years are just zipping by. It's already
Exactly.
2023. When I was 18, Atul, I would say, "Oh my God, in the future, what would things be? Maybe things, because of sci-fi and stuff like that. Because I'm a huge
Yeah,
movie buff.
yeah.
And suddenly I'm saying, wow, I'm in 2023. The future that we said when we were 18 years old, I said, hey, it feels the same.
Exactly.
No cars are flying yet, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
the movie Back to the Future had that date, which I think which went by 2 years back.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
future people are going. It's nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Yeah.
Nothing has changed. Yeah, I think we as human beings, I mean, I'm talking from a very personal journey. I think the entire trick is that we evolve with time, and kind of
Yeah.
you know get to know what we truly need to do, right? Or what is our true purpose on being on this planet. I think that is,
Exactly.
yeah, that is what it is. How do you deal with failure, Atul? And what would be your advice to your peers, right, in the comedy universe?
So one of the tricks which I learned how to deal with failure is, if today we are living in a very social media world. You know,
Yes.
we are
Yeah.
always posting pictures of the best meal we had, the best show we went to, the best clothes we wore, the best party we went to.
Yeah.
So just like that, it's very important to sometimes also even post your failures. It's okay. There are people on the other side, and
Yes.
leaving aside the few trolls which you have who are going to comment on everything you say,
Correct.
out there I feel there are still a lot of good people out there, strangers who follow you, who connect with you on social media. Like, I'll give you an example. Once I went for an open mic, and that's where you test your new jokes, and I wrote a
Yes.
new set. I was very happy with it. I was so excited to try it out for the first time, and I've thought the set is very good. I went on stage and I did it, and I bombed like a rock. Nobody laughed. There was not even a
Okay.
chuckle in the audience, and I
Yeah.
was feeling very bad, feeling very low. Sometimes all comedians have very bad shows and very good shows. So this was one of those very bad shows I had. I reached home in the night. I wanted to speak to somebody, but my wife
Yes.
was already asleep. My children were asleep. I couldn't wake them up, and wanted to share my experience. I was
Yes.
not getting
Yes.
sleep. So actually, I went on social media. It was around 1:32 in the early in the morning. I went on Facebook and I put up a post saying that, hey, I went for this new thing and I bombed like a rock. And I wrote my experiences, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I put my phone off and went to sleep. Early morning when I woke up, there were close to like 150, 200 comments from
Wow.
obviously some friends, from some strangers who said, "Hey, no problem, you're still the best," and this and that. There was so much encouragement. It sort of got you going. So the
Yes.
so the idea is also to discuss with people. You should share with people. You should have your group of either your family members or friends. You can discuss your failures with openly,
Yes.
because I'm sure now people know that we are all humans.
Yeah.
Just like we excel, we can also make mistakes, we can have our
Correct.
bad days, and I
Correct.
think it's very important to share that as well,
Yeah.
openly. It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you think that society conditions that we don't speak of failures, correct? Because everyone
exactly.
wants to celebrate successes,
Yeah,
and people kind of doing well for themselves, but no one wants to speak of the underdogs, right? The ones who keep trying and probably don't succeed, and yet who are persistently trying at saying that at one point of time, maybe what do you call it, the cash register could kind of tingle
yeah,
down, right? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's absolutely okay to be very honest with yourself,
Yes.
because one thing we have learned in comedy is you have to be very honest to yourself, to the stage. Like, there's we in comedy there's something which we call as the fourth wall. So when
Okay.
you're standing on stage, there's a wall on your left, there's a wall on your right, there's a wall behind me. The wall in the front of you is the fourth wall, is the audience.
Is the audience? Yeah.
And they can see through you. They can
Yes.
absolutely see through you.
Yeah.
So if you're lying on stage, they can catch it like that. So it's
Yeah.
always honest to be very, it's always good to be always honest on stage.
Yeah. And I
Talk
think vulnerable too. Would you say vulnerable as well?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because you have to realize one thing today, thanks to the social media, could be Instagram, people, as I said earlier, people are always putting up the best stuff.
Yes.
And there are a
Yeah.
lot of other people who out there are not having the same life as you or the same experience as you.
Correct.
And they feel, they, I'm sure it must be affecting them somewhere. If they are not in the same social strata as you, if they can't travel like you, they cannot eat the same food like you.
Yes. Yes.
So the idea is not always to show off, but to obviously you share your good experience, but it's always important to also share your bad experience to people, like
Yes.
you know,
Yeah. Because of
and
because of
yeah, to
relatable.
show people that you are human. Your also happens the same to you. Like many
Correct.
times, like in India, I travel a lot in tuk-tuks, because they're more convenient. In
Yeah.
Bombay,
And
they're
and the
most
best.
convenient. Yeah,
And the
they are the
best.
best. They're the
And the
best, the
best.
cheapest, and they're always available. Like sometimes you
Yes.
don't get your Grab or Uber, you don't
Correct.
get, you don't have, your car is not there.
Yeah.
And when I do, and then people say, "Oh, sir, you also travel in tuk-tuk." I said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I have traveled in tuk-tuk before. I will still travel in tuk-tuk. I
Yeah.
travel in
Absolutely.
local trains. I travel in local buses, and it's absolutely okay. It's a convenience.
Correct. Yeah. And the
So
tuk-tuk guys, Atul, in Bombay, they know every street, every address. Aage
yeah,
jao, aage teen signals se left maro. Oh my! I used to be like stunned because I lived in Bombay for 4 years. This is after I quit, Radio Mirchi, and I started my own lifestyle media company. I also started
lovely.
came to Bombay and started my own office in Lokhandwala. And
Oh
you know
wow.
what Lokhandwala
Yeah, of
is, right?
course.
Yeah, Lokhandwala is like the place to kind of, to kind of just come and set shop, so to say. So the auto guys was always there 24 hours a day,
Yeah,
nighttime.
Bombay is a city which generally never sleeps.
Yes,
And one more thing to this, added to these auto rickshawalas or tuk-tuks, to the international, they'll understand, the audience will understand tuk-tuks. They're very honest. Usually most tuk-tuk drivers all over the world,
Yes.
they are thieves. They are thieves because it's more like a tourist attraction.
Yes, yes,
But
yeah.
here, if your bill is 27 rupees, they will give you back. You give them a 30, they will give you your $3 back.
Yeah,
So they
you're
don't
right.
charge an
You're
extra
absolutely
rupee
right.
extra. Yeah,
Yeah, you're absolutely right because I remember getting ripped off with tuk-tuks everywhere except
especially
Bombay.
Thailand,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
Thailand.
absolutely. Except Bombay, they would just know, which street, which corner, as I said,
Yeah,
left, alley,
exactly.
whatever thing, signal, four signals, all that kind of thing, vis-a-vis, against a Uber address or a Grab address, and they would just reach you right at, right at the doorstep, so to say.
Ethel, you'll be happy to hear that now you also get auto on Uber over here in Bombay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. You can find on Uber. It gives you Uber XL. It also gives you option for Uber Auto, and
Oh,
they're
but I
very
will still,
efficient.
I will still
Yeah.
do the tuk-tuk and say, put the hand out and say, "Bhaiya, ruko." Oh God. And my Hindi, so they would keep saying, Madam, you speak in English only.
We understand.
Understand you.
Your Hindi is worse than me.
They would like struggle for that word, right? They say, it rehne do, speak in English.
Have you learned Chinese, Mandarin, or
No.
Cantonese? No.
So my smart friends taught me all bad words, Atul, in Chinese.
That's the first thing you always learn. Every
That's what
language you learn the bad words. Yeah.
that's what they said. We will teach you this, and we're setting you up for life. And I
Half
was
your
like,
battle is already gone. Yeah, yeah, you're one. Yeah.
my bad words. Oh God, this is so much fun, Atul. So I want to know from you because I know that you will have your own list of favorites. Your three favorite stand-up artists.
My three favorite stand-up artists,
Yes.
not in any order. So, in India, I like Veer Das very much.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
Two reasons. Number one, the amount of hard work he puts in the craft,
Yes.
and he's one of the few comedians who's also still doing English comedy, because in India a lot of comedy has moved into a lot of regional language, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and so he does it primarily in English, and I also do mainly in English. So I relate a lot with his writing style and humor.
Okay.
The other comedian I like a lot is Bill Burr. He's from America, and people who don't know Bill Burr is, I mean, you're living under a rock. If he's one of the best comedians. And the last one is Ricky Gervais. He's from the
Ah.
UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has an amazing show. If you've not caught it,
Yeah.
it's
He
written by
has a
him. It's
very
yeah, it's
sneaky
yeah,
sense of
yeah.
humor too.
And he has a show on Netflix called The Afterlife. If you have not
Yes.
watched this, please watch it today. One of the most brilliantly written web
Yeah.
series, dark
Yeah.
humor along with a lot of
Yeah. Very
emotions.
intelligent
It's very,
content.
very intelligent. Yeah. So these are my
Right.
three favorite comedians.
Awesome. I like that you mentioned Vedas. I think he was one of the few first stand-up comedians. I
Exactly.
think.
He's one of the first
Yeah,
comedians in India. Yeah.
yeah. Because I
And he
remember
till
doing.
today he's number one. After
He
12,
was
15 years in
still
the
awesome.
craft, he's still number one in
He's kind
India.
of
Yeah.
he's kind of nicely matured, like good old Scotch. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I remember doing an interview with him for Femina at that time. So it was that way back when
Wow.
he had just started out. Satya Sarun was my editor. Bless
Yeah,
her
I know.
wherever
Yeah.
she is.
Satyasaran, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and one of the interviews I done was with us. Yeah, awesome. My God, time just flies, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we, as I said, we're looking forward to have you in Malaysia, and
Same
uh,
here.
and it's sad that you're not even kind of staying. You just have a flight the next day.
Yeah.
Back, you were saying, right?
But
But actually,
I'm there for 24 hours, but I'll maximize my 24 hours.
yeah.
I'm there on a
After
Friday.
your
I'm as
show, after your show, we are parting, legit.
100%
That's
we are partying. When you're passing, you're taking me for a nice, lovely Malaysian food. You know
you bet because I know all the hotspots.
exactly.
Sometimes local expats who've been here like longer than I have don't know places that I know, and they keep asking me, "How the hell do you know these places?" I said, "Right, I'm intensely curious. Always intensely curious to understand what's happening behind the scenes, sort of
Which
thing."
is
So
your
that
favorite Malaysian food, Ethel?
so
One
so so the
go to
national
cuisine or go to place in Kuala Lumpur.
the national dish is the nasi lemak, and of
Okay.
course the laksa because
Okay.
this is the lovely part of Malaysian food. Every restaurant will have their own version of a nasi lemak or the
Wow.
laksa. Yeah, and
Lovely.
my taste buds, Atul, I swear you, have opened up completely. I was never a food journalist in India at all, but in
Wow.
Malaysia, it has like it has bloomed. It has skyrocketed. I even have a book on food. I was
Super,
shocked myself when I
super.
was writing it. Yeah. So the nasi lemak, if you like, can be tried. You have the fish version and you have the chicken version. Some smart ones have the beef version also. And the laksa, because even Anthony
Of
Bourdain
course.
doing his shows, said the laksa was one of the best that he had ever eaten in his life.
I think that's my favorite as well, the laksa
Yeah.
curry. Yeah. My wife also, my children love it, the laksa
Yeah,
curry.
I love the laksa too. So yeah, we'll finish up the show and we'll just go hit some spots
Yeah,
in the night.
local spots, not
Local
the
spots.
expensive ones, the
No,
local
no, complete
spots.
local spots. Like today, I went and did a banana leaf, and it's very kind of how do you call it, like a hole in the wall, as you would call it.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, and it was the second time that I've gone to, and the taste again was all different. With fish, they had this whole one dish of mutton leg chop shanks,
Wow.
crab curries, and he was like, "Ma'am, what can I give you today?" I said, "Let me." I said, "Don't feed me too much because I have to go and do a show now." So yeah, I wish you were staying back longer.
Yeah.
What should Malaysia look forward to at this show on the 27th?
Uh, I've been doing comedy for 11 years now. I have never visited Kuala Lumpur. I did a show once in the Genting Islands. Call it Genting or
Yes.
Genting? How do you
Yeah.
pronounce it?
So it's pronounced as Genting.
Genting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did a show in Genting Islands, and this is a very. I have to share a very funny story with you.
Huh.
So I had done once this set on. It's a very popular set of mine. It's on YouTube about my experience at a Justin Bieber concert. So
Okay.
Justin Bieber had come to India, and my experience about how I took my daughters to the concert,
Yes.
and that became viral and became very popular in Malaysia also. I didn't know that. So one fine day, 3 months after I released the video, I get a call from this foreign number on my mobile phone, and this guy picks up and talking in a very heavy accent, saying that, "Hey, we are managers of Justin Bieber. I'm the personal manager of Justin Bieber,
Okay.
and Mr. Justin Bieber is very upset that you made fun of him of this on so we are filing a case on you. So
Oh,
please, yeah, we are filing a case on you. Justin Bieber is very upset. We're filing a case on
was
you."
it was was
Uh,
it this the tub scene or something? The tub thing on stage?
I
Uh,
know. I don't know. I just made fun of him because he had come to Mumbai. People have, I took my daughter, spent thousands of rupees,
yes.
and
Yes.
he lip synced the entire concert,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
were all cheated. We felt cheated, so I put out my frustration on a video.
Right.
So this guy calls up and said, I'm the personal manager. We are filing a case on you. So please give us your address. We want to send a international,
Wow.
case. You have to come to court and attend the. He's suing you for so many $1 million.
Huh.
So I thought it sounded like a prank. Obviously, it was a prank.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, fine. I'll give you my lawyer's number. Please talk to him, and I'll meet you in court. And I'm going to now block your phone. And before
Yes.
I could shut my phone, this guy said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We are calling from the Genting Islands from Malaysia. We love you over here. We wanted to come and perform over there." So they invited me to go and perform in the Genting Islands in the casino.
Ah.
And they have
Oh,
some auditorium there. So that was my first show ever. So I
okay.
know I know Malaysians love comedy. They're big fans of comedy.
Yes.
And my comedy is in English, so it's not only meant for Indians or Desis, as we call it.
Yeah.
Even the local people will enjoy it. Even if you're an expat from any different country, they will
With
love it.
Chinese included.
Chinese include, as long as you understand English. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and I think it's very important to hear as a comedian in India. Whenever I go to watch, I'm very excited for any foreign acts coming, because
Correct.
I want to hear their perspective on life. The
Yes.
local comedians, you hear them every day, that. So I'll try my best to bring my experiences on stage, try to give you a good 60-70 minutes of laugh. And as
Yes.
they say, laughter increases your blood circulation. It gets your skin glowing. It
Yes.
releases positive endorphins. So I'll try to do all that. So if nothing else, please come for a good 60-70 minutes of a good spa experience, as I would say.
Facial experience.
Facial experience.
All right. We are all looking forward to. I believe even the media is excited because there's been good coverage here.
Right?
After
Great.
we broke the press release and stuff. And yeah, Atul, Just next week, I think, just a few days left.
Sure. I'm so excited to be there.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I'm sure LOL Asia is also very excited. To
Yes.
kind of have you here. The audience is waiting. Like I'm told, the good ticket sales also happening. So yeah, and it's awesome weather, really good weather. So
Great. One last thing before I go, say I was in Singapore 3 months back, and it was a sold out show of 600 people. And I
wow.
know Malaysia and Singapore always have this competition.
Oh, they
So
do, they do.
yeah, so I would tell all the Malaysians, please, you have to outbeat the Singaporeans, and come out and give me a sold out show as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, because Malaysia and Singapore are what do you call it? Those cousins that are always, have a love-hate relationship. But all
Exactly.
good, all good.
All
All right, Atul, I'm not going to keep you on for too long because I know that you have another gig happening now. But
sure,
thank you
sure.
so much. Really,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much
much
for
for.
thank you so much.
I enjoyed this. It's completely, truly heart to heart. Coming there, making time, sharing, your thoughts on questions that I've asked of you, and it's a promise. After your show, we are partying.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll request you to put details of the show in your comments
Yes,
somewhere in the captions so people who are interested in watching the show can come in for the show.
yes,
Thank you so
I will do
much.
that. Yeah, yeah. Bye. See you
Thank
soon.
you. Bye. See you soon. Take care.
See you. Yeah. Bye, Atul. Yep. And on that note, guys, that was a very fun heart to heart. Talking to Atul is effortless because he just knows exactly, what is happening. He's glued on, finger on the pulse, so to say. And like Atul also mentioned, he had a sold out concert, a sold out event in Singapore. So Malaysia, we have to top that because as we all know, we love a good laugh. We love eating, making merry, and also giving talent huge platforms because I follow so many acts of Malaysian talent, and some of them are awesome. So let's all get together and give Atul also, the kind of roaring welcome that he requires. So I'm going to see you next Sunday with another exciting, episode of Heart to Heart. But in the meantime, before you go, let's have this little reminder from Atul.
Atul Khatri.
Hi Kuala Lumpur, this is Atul Khatri here and I'm super excited to get my show Daddy Kool for the first ever time in your beautiful city on Friday 27 Jan 8:30 p.m. The show is at Platform, which is at Minara Kent TTDI. Please tell your friends about it. Tickets at lolasia.bigtix.io. I performed in Singapore around 3 months back and it was a sold out show with 600 people. So Malaysia, you got to beat that and give me a sold out show. So please spread the word, tell all your friends about it. Yes, also the show is in English. So, you can be an Indian, you can be in Malay, you could be a Singaporean. No, Singapore has already seen my show. It will be from any part of the world. You'll enjoy my show. I promise you that. See you. Spread the word. Take care. Love you.
And on that note, guys, I know there's still a lot of time more for the day still to end. All your Chinese reunion kind of dinners that are happening right now as I speak. Thank you so much, Malaysia, for the love that you pour into me. I love you. I love the audience that comes in every time to participate in what I do on Heart to Heart. I'm here to help and support. So because I receive help and support myself. So thank you. Have a lovely Sunday. Enjoy your 2 Chinese holidays because everything is all of us are off work as we say. Eat well and see you soon. Bye.